There's a ring, just a tiny piece of jewelry, locked inside Belcourt Castle. But anyone who has ever worn it met a tragic end. One went insane. One died. One vanished without a trace. And to this day, no one has ever figured out, how can a ring kill? Rhode Island, one of the most peaceful coastal states in America. Yet hidden in the heart of the elegant city of Newport lies a place so eerie, even the locals avoid it after dark. Belcourt Castle. Located on Bellevue Avenue, Belcourt has long been recognized for its striking Gothic Renaissance architecture. Soaring ceilings, stained glass trimmed in gold, and endless hallways like a maze. But that grandeur is just a facade, because inside this castle are objects so cursed, even a single touch could ruin your life. And among them, none are more infamous than the Belcourt Ring, the most terrifying artifact ever displayed in the estate. An antique ring, crafted from 24-karat gold, set with a deep-sea sapphire, housed inside a glass case in the castle's west wing. But what sets it apart isn't its material value. It's the number of people who have touched it and died under mysterious circumstances. The first known wearer was a French tourist named Jean Moreau, who visited Belcourt Castle in 1992. According to castle records and a tour guide named Carolyn, Jean was an antique enthusiast. He became especially fascinated by the ring and asked to try it on. A careless security guard unlocked the display, and that's when everything changed. Just 1 week after returning to Paris, Jean was found wandering the streets in a state of complete psychosis. He couldn't remember who he was and kept repeating a single phrase in English, a language his friends swore he never learned. The ring, it sees me. Jean was institutionalized in a mental hospital where he spent the rest of his life, never regaining his sanity. Less than 5 years later, American artifact collector Edward Leary, known for publishing articles debunking haunted object myths, decided to investigate the ring himself. He didn't just try it on. He took the ring back to his hotel room for overnight analysis. The next morning, hotel staff found him dead, body contorted, eyes rolled back, but with no signs of attack, no poison. The autopsy report read, "Cause of death, unknown." The ring was returned to the castle. This time, it was sealed behind reinforced glass with a clear warning. Do not touch the artifact, for your own safety. But human curiosity is never easily contained. In October 2004, a Brown University student named Eliza Freeman visited Belcourt Castle during a class history tour. Known for her TikToks about haunted objects, Eliza lingered in front of the ring's case, recording it on her phone, and somehow opened the display. To this day, no one knows how she bypassed the locks. But that was the last time anyone ever saw her. Police launched a full investigation, combing every inch of the castle. No trace of Eliza. Her phone was never recovered, and the video she recorded, never released. Her family believes she's still alive, or that something is keeping her inside Belcourt. Many paranormal investigators believe in a darker theory, that the Belcourt Ring is a gateway, a vessel, or a prison, holding something inside. So the question is, where did this ring really come from? And what makes it the center of such terrifying misfortune? A rare document in the Newport Historical Library may hold the answer. It shows the ring was imported into the US around 1895 as part of a shipment of European antiques, purchased by Oliver Belmont, the original owner and builder of Belcourt Castle. Belmont, a nobleman and millionaire, had a peculiar obsession with the occult. Records indicate he attended secret seances in Paris and was even close to Madame Blavatsky, the controversial founder of Theosophy in the late 1800s. According to a former servant's memoir, Belmont once said, "It's not the ring that drives men mad. It's the memories it carries. It remembers every soul that ever wore it." In other words, the ring is not just an artifact. It's a container of souls. But from where? A report from the London Museum traces the ring back to an unmarked grave near Whitby Abbey, a site historically linked to medieval blood rituals. Whitby Abbey, notably, was also the inspiration behind Bram Stoker's Dracula. And it was there, in 1872, that archaeologists uncovered a ring buried next to a decapitated skeleton. The ring bore a strange indented symbol, a torn eye, surrounded by carvings like tree roots or veins. 3 months after the ring was brought to America, the Belmonts abruptly canceled all plans to live permanently at Belcourt Castle. Why? In the private journal of Belmont's wife, Alva Belmont, she wrote, "I heard someone crying from the gallery room, but we've never placed a bed there." Since the ring was put on display at Belcourt, unexplainable phenomena have plagued the castle. In 2007, investigators from the Atlantic Paranormal Society, TAPS, conducted a full study using infrasound recorders and thermal cameras. The results were chilling. Microphones near the ring captured faint sobbing, like a child crying in the night. Infrared cameras showed the air around the ring was consistently 5 degrees colder than the rest of the room, even with the heat evenly distributed. Most shockingly, an EMF, electromagnetic field detector, registered a spike of 8.3 milligauss around the ring, compared to the standard indoor level of 0.5 milligauss. This kind of reading is often associated with suspected spiritual presence or energy field disturbances. Dr. Lillian Carrington, a Canadian occult specialist, wrote in Occult Matters, "The ring may function as a phylactery, a vessel in which a non-physical entity anchors itself to the physical world. Not a ghost, but a sentient presence, a parasite. In short, the ring isn't haunted. It is the haunting. A form of consciousness that can read the wearer's thoughts, reflect their deepest fears, and push them to the brink of madness." After decades of tragedies, one obvious question remains. If the ring is truly cursed, why not destroy it? Sounds simple, right? But things aren't so easy. According to Mark Seaver, Belcourt's estate manager since 2010, the ring was once removed from the property after Eliza's disappearance. 3 days later, the entire electrical grid in the castle's west wing began malfunctioning, unexplainably. Security cameras recorded a shadowy figure roaming the halls at night, even though all doors remained locked, and most terrifying of all, 1 week later, Isaac Bradley, the security guard who personally packaged and removed the ring, was found dead in his car. Eyes wide open, mouth agape, no signs of trauma, but on his ring finger, the ring was there. No one knows how it got back. No one knows why a man who mocked the curse would wear it before his death. Since then, the castle's management made a final decision. The ring will never leave Belcourt again. Could all this be coincidence? Is the Belcourt ring really cursed? Or are these events simply mass hysteria? Modern researchers suggest the incidents could be tied to the nocebo effect, the opposite of placebo. When people believe an object is harmful, they may unconsciously trigger severe biological responses, panic attacks, psychosis, even sudden death. Dr. Thomas Adler of Columbia University once wrote, "The human belief in danger can be so powerful that the body actually shuts down." But, as he admitted, there are things about the ring that science can't explain, like how it returned to the man who sealed it. Another theory involves extreme electromagnetic fields. Certain antique materials may emit energy after decades of buildup, potentially causing hallucinations, cognitive disruption, or neural imbalance. Yet even specialized equipment can't fully explain the ring's EMF spikes, or why the effects only occur during human contact. That suggests the ring responds to consciousness. Now pause and think. If you possessed an object so dangerous, one that could kill, drive people mad, or make them vanish without trace, would you lock it up for study, or destroy it forever? But what if you can't destroy something that doesn't belong to this world? In a rare 2022 interview, Japanese ritual expert Professor Yukio Tanaka was asked what he would do with a haunted object. His answer? Not all evil should be destroyed. Some doors, if broken, can never be shut again. Maybe the Belcourt ring isn't just an object. Maybe it's a final seal, the last barrier between this world and something else. and if it's ever removed, that something may finally be free. Today, the ring still rests inside its case at Belcourt Castle. No one dares to wear it. No one dares to test fate. A small sign beside it reads, "It's all just legend, but sometimes, legends are more dangerous than truth." And if you ever visit Newport, if you ever stand before that frozen glass case, in the silence of the castle halls, you'll see the ring, glinting, still, waiting for someone new, a new soul